Welcome to Empress of Oracle, where we tune into all things the divine, and welcome here, welcome to my sanctuary. Today is a very special day. I know I always say that, but it really is. We are going to be doing a pick a card reading. We're going to do two separate readings, and it talks about should you stay with your current partner, get with the next partner, somebody on your mind, or become single. So there's three facets to this. So pile number one is this. So I haven't picked the piles yet. So it is this kind of pocket watch. No, how do you say this? Locket watch? I don't know. It's pretty cool. Anyways, pile number two is this shell. So we're going to get right into the readings. Remember, again, this is talking about should you stay with your current partner, get with a new partner, or become single, which would make you the most happy. So there's three facets to it. There's pile 1 and 2, and I'll put it in the description box, and then you can pick whichever pile, what you're more drawn to. Again, we have this kind of locket watch, and I like to kind of go with whatever symbolism kind of makes the most sense to me. So if it's like I like butterflies, I would go for the butterfly, something like that. And like if I like shells on the beach, I might go for this one. So then we have the shell for pile number 2. Okay, pile number 1. So if you went for the locket watch, we are going to start pulling from the Shadowscapes Tarot for you. And I thought that I would make a little ASMR room ambiance. So let me know what you think of that in the description box. And there we are. We have 3 here. Let's see how we're seeing these. Okay, so this one is talking about your current partner. Should you stay with your current partner? For our first card, okay, so we have the first card is the Ace of Cups in reverse. So that's already pretty telling. Then we have the Three of Cups. Actually, that would make sense that the third party is probably on your side. That's okay. It's okay. Oh, and then we have, and then as our outcome card, more of the future card, we have the Ace of Wands. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, and that can talk about jumping too quickly into a relationship without considering what are your deal breakers and what are your boundaries. It can also talk about self-sabotage. What I'm getting with this, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that as like a cup pouring out your cup. Maybe one person is taking somebody for granted and they're pouring out that person's cup of love. And then it was interesting because I feel that if I saw the Ace of Cups upright, it would be a totally different reading, but I'm seeing it reversed. The Three of Cups can be, to me, like a lot of celebration and third party stuff, but when I'm looking at the Three of Cups with the Ace of Wands together, I'm seeing kind of like a friends with benefits situation. And then when I'm seeing the Ace of Cups reversed, I'm seeing somebody kind of like keeping things to themselves, bottling things up, maybe not expressing themselves for fear of getting hurt. And another thing with like seeing the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups together, because they're both cups, they're both minor arcana, is talking about like the minor details, the everyday details of life. And this can also talk about little annoying things like somebody leaving their socks on the floor, things like that, or even just, but this being reversed, or even just like the mundane details of everyday life, like saying hello to each other, being excited to see each other, that kind of things. What I'm seeing also is that this particular situation might be kind of a friends with benefits kind of a situation, and you're afraid of getting hurt. Or it could be that you're both being distracted by friends, or that you both have a third party kind of a situation. Maybe you're deciding whether you want to make the things official. And then also the way that I'm seeing these foxes kind of looking at each other, they're looking at each other kind of like, I don't trust you kind of a thing. And it's interesting actually that we see 3 foxes there. So we see, well, we have kind of 3 main fish on this picture, but we have 3 mermaids here, girlfriends, and then we have 3 foxes, and the foxes are kind of looking at each other suspiciously. So it depends on your situation. It could be just a friends with benefits situation, and the outcome, the Ace of Wands, is still looking like more of a sexual relationship. Or it could be that you're both being distracted by third parties, or that one is. So should you stay? I don't know, because every situation can be different, obviously. Tarot just is more to read the energies. You know what? Maybe I should pull some guardian angel cards. So of course everybody has free will and everybody makes that decision for themselves, and things can always turn into something different. You know what I mean? 3 of Pentacles. There's a lot of 3s going on here. Or, I don't know, it could be polyamorous. It could be like Actually, I've always been so fascinated by the concept of thruples. I mean, that's just always like fascinated me. Like, how does that work, you know? Because that's kind of neat too. Like that could, okay, I felt like that one really wanted to come out in the reverse. Oh, we have the Three of Abundance for our first card. Our second card, the Healer of Abundance. So that'd be the Queen. And then Successful Completion came out in reverse. Okay, so we have the Three of Abundance. We have the Healer of Abundance. And then we have Successful Completion, and that came out in reverse. So the Three of Abundance, your passions will lead to your divine life purpose. Do what you love and have confidence in your talent. Learn everything there is to know about your interests by taking classes, getting a mentor, or teaming up with like-minded people. Allow your creativity to soar. Never doubt that you can make a difference. Your creativity and ability, that's creativity again, to be innovative makes you destined to succeed. But don't forget to leave time for family. This situation involves a person who's down to earth with a gift for design or decorating. He or she is open-minded and nurturing. There's something about this relationship that's sparking some creativity. And both of those, it's interesting, in the first pile I got all cups, and in this pile I'm getting all pentacles. Abundance would be pentacles. And then we have Successful Completion, but it really, this is not a deck that you read reversals, but the way it came out, this is a time of incredible accomplishment. But although with the Ace of Wands, that was in the upright, you're justified in feeling joy, a sense of completion and pride in the amazing job you've done. You've been blessed by many spiritual insights. Soon you'll begin a new journey, but for now, take time to bask in the happiness of your dreams coming true. The fact that I'm seeing Successful Completion in reverse and the Ace of Wands in the upright is kind of also telling me that the ball's in your court, and you can make of this situation what you will. And then I saw a lot of cups, and then I saw a lot of pentacles. So again, this situation, it could turn into something different. It totally depends on you. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes in certain relationships, we act a certain way, and the way that we act can kind of make things go in the direction that we're thinking. So this is kind of ambiguous. There's positives and negatives, and it also depends if you're, from the first part of the spread, if you're looking for something more physical, and are you looking for something serious? If so, I don't know yet. Let's read the next spread about going with somebody new, and then also becoming single, and see, let's juxtapose, let's put those in comparison with each other, and then see which one is looking like the better option. So this next spread is talking about getting with a new person. So there's somebody on your mind. So I'm not surprised that I saw a lot of threes in the last reading. So there's somebody on your mind. Okay. This is another weird kind of energy. Actually, if it's between the person that you're with right now, that like maybe you're seeing somebody and you're thinking, should I leave this person for the next person? It's a hell no. This is just a really weird. For the first card, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Second card, we have the Hierophant in reverse. And I know I got 3 in reverse, which is like, I mean, it's got reversals, it's got, you know, uprights in there, and I haven't even ever pulled all reversals ever before. So, and then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So from this energy, this is somebody that is not very traditional and very adolescent, and this energy would be very like an in and out kind of energy, because you've got 2 knights. I don't know, I don't like, and especially knights in reverse. The other person, maybe it was still casual, but I'm getting a lot more fun, flirtatious. Maybe this could turn into something kind of vibes. With this one, I'm getting a lot of chaotic vibes. A lot of like, I don't do things the way that other people do things, and you need to just, actually I don't like this energy at all. I mean, take what you want from this. People are people, they're gonna do what they wanna do. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna listen to all this, and then you're gonna, but I'm almost like, this is what, I'm getting pipe dreams from this. And interestingly enough, like when I look at these spreads, it usually takes me a little bit longer to kind of clue in, and sometimes I have to like look up something or whatever, because I am learning. But this was like very clear. I don't like it. It's very chaotic. And like the Hierophant in reverse right now, I'm getting like somebody who doesn't do things by the status quo, but with like 2 knights in reverse around him, I'm getting somebody that does that to be an asshole. somebody who does that, like, that doesn't care about like who gets hurt, and will sell you a pipe dream. Like, you'll think, oh, this is like this mysterious, like you're looking at this person, like leather jacket, like this is a mysterious person, like I'm really intrigued by this person. I think that's all that this person really has going for them. I don't think that they have like a lot going for them, so they put up this like facade of mystery. I think that they're just gonna honeypot you away from at least a better situation. So let's see what's gonna happen. I don't even think I need to clarify this. See what's gonna happen if you stay single. I think that might be the best option for you right now. Maybe, in the meantime of you being single, really explore. Okay, so I'm getting like with the first one, do you jump in to situations? Like, if this is not your, if this is not your pile, don't worry about it. Like, click onto the other pile and see if that one resonates with you more. And obviously everybody has free will. And my hunch, my feeling right now, is that your most favorable outcome is gonna be staying single. And that you need to do some healing. Okay. I wasn't gonna take 4 cards, but ooh, Lord, Lordy, Lord, Lordy, Lord, Lord, yeah, 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 I'm a Lord, yeah, Lordy, Lord, Lord. Sorry, that's from South Park. Does anybody watch South Park? You know when one of the characters, Randy, he was actually Lord, and it's like, I'm a Lord, Lordy, Lord, Lord, yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know, I loved that. Anyways, maybe there was a reason that came to my mind. I have no idea. Okay, so we have Judgment as your first card, and I'm getting a really good vibe off of that. Actually, the vibe that I'm getting off of that is you making a judgment call and choosing yourself. Then we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. What I'm getting from that, like, okay, here we've got like 2 honey badgers, or I'm thinking Jeff the mongoose. I'm freaking out just thinking about him. One of my friends told me about Jeff the mongoose, and I didn't get like that many, I don't know, I didn't know too much about the story, but he was saying something about this guy named Jeff, and he's a mongoose, and he's like really scary. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. And something came to me about that mongoose. It's almost like the people in the past that you were dating were like this Jeff the mongoose guy. They're like, I don't know, really like combative, kind of scary, kind of like the second energy that I was getting was kind of like creepy. I don't know. I'm getting that like maybe you made some bad judgment calls about guys in the past, and being single right now would be your best bet because you need time to heal. I'm gonna say it like I say in almost all of my readings, because really the collective right now needs to do some inner child and some trauma healing. Honestly, all you have to do is go onto YouTube. For example, I love Geraldine Orozco. She does like the emotional mastery course, like really grappling with your emotions. And if you just look up like meditations for healing the inner child, or just as much as like go to a time in your childhood that you were really suffering and just give that person a big hug. People have actually healed diseases by doing this if they can manage to get through, because it actually timeline shifts you into a timeline that you don't have that illness or whatever. But it's like your picker. Something about your picker is broken. And I'm getting actually that you're like a real catch, but if you keep going for these Jeff the mongoose types, I'm gonna have to look up Jeff the mongoose now, because like my friend was telling me about it, but I don't know the whole story, but it's like kind of like a creepy story. You need some time to heal, because you're actually a real catch, and you're not gonna get your worth until you take this kind of time out for yourself to heal. Okay, and the outcome really is, it was this, the moon, which is really using your intuition, which is really talking about like using your picker properly, because you're a catch, you're amazing, but if you're picking the wrong ones, you're gonna get a feedback that's not really the correct feedback of what you're like. You know, if you're like picking kind of a guy who's a bit of a loser, and they're like thinking, I'm such a loser, they're gonna tell everybody else and project out to the world. The person they're dating, they're not gonna really make them like feel very good, because they don't even know how to make themselves feel good, and really it's not meant for somebody else to make you feel good. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, and what that's really telling me is you choosing you. You are gonna choose yourself. I'm really hoping this for you actually, because the first 2 piles, the first one is a bit ambiguous, like yeah, okay, maybe, you know. The second was like, oh hell no, and the third one is like, yeah. Really, when I saw this judgment, I'm thinking you need to make that judgment call and show up for yourself. Like, look at this, it's beautiful. And interestingly enough, the reason that I found this so interesting, this one, is because in the Shadowscapes Tarot, it's the card on the deck. It's the card that shows up here on the deck. So that to me is a sign about, making that judgment call for yourself. Like, my advice from the energy on the tarot, because I don't know your situation, take some time to be single. Are you like a serial dater? Like, do you like go from one person to the next? I don't know. No judgments here. I'm the last person that needs to judge. And trust me, I've been there in these kinds of situations. And if anything, I should be giving a lot of this advice to myself. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but that's just what the tarot is telling me. And I really hope that you have enjoyed this. And please let me know what you think of my little sanctuary and what you think of my ASMR room. And if this is something that you'd be interested in seeing more of, and if this resonates with you. And please don't be pissed off that, there was a couple triggers in there for sure. I totally feel you here, and let me know if any of that resonates with you and what you have decided, or maybe think about this for a while and then let me know. Maybe later on come back to the video and let me know what your decision has been. These readings are definitely timeless, especially Pick a Card is always timeless. So thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, hail fun. Okay, welcome pile number 2. If you have chosen the seashell, if you've chosen that, maybe you're like somebody who likes to be around water. I'm a hardcore Cancerian. If you've ever watched any of my videos, then you'll know that about me. That flipped out very smoothly and nicely. So the first chariot, I was just talking about being Cancerian and the chariot popped out as the first card. Interesting. 5 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And this is talking about staying with your current partner. This was like a really weird kind of a reading. So the chariot, what I'm getting is that the person that you're with came in like a wrecking ball. So let's just go over that song right now. We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain. We jumped, never asking why. We kissed, I fell under your spell. Love no one could deny. Don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. I can't live a life running for my life. I will always want you. I can't like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was you wrecked me. I feel like that song really says it all. Then we get to the 5 of Cups and then the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And that can be talking about, so they came in making all these promises, but none of them really fully panned out. And it was like they were promising you all this stuff, and then it became the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And it's like, you're fighting for this, but then why are you fighting? Is this something you really want? Do you want this happy life, happy wife, home, stability, and all this? And what kind of a cost does that come with? And is it just like chasing after material things for the sake of that? And would you be happier if, like, it's almost like all that glitters isn't gold. It looks nice on the outside, but there's something that is rotten on the inside. So that's what I'm getting for staying with this person, staying with the person. Now, do you have someone new? I don't know. In the first pile, pile that I did, that person, there was options kind of everywhere, if that makes sense. Or at least it almost seemed like the people both had at least one option. With you, I don't know if you have options yet, or if you're just thinking, should I start to look for a new option? I don't know if that's in your life yet. Knight of Wands, 9 of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Swords. So with the first one, maybe you were in a long relationship or something that you thought was going to turn long term, but it ended up being kind of a disappointment. And I'm getting that there was almost kind of like a type of boredom or like not fulfilling. And then with this, I'm getting that maybe you're not seeing it now, but there's going to be kind of a fling. And I'm also getting older woman, younger man type energy. You might, with the Knight of Wands, I'm getting kind of a fling type energy. With the 9 of Swords in reverse, I'm getting kind of like putting all your burdens down, putting all those sleepless nights down, and just having a fun time for a little bit. But that's really what I'm seeing, that it will just be a fun time. And maybe you'll return to the first relationship, maybe you won't. Because with the Queen of Swords, what I'm getting from that, oh, even look at the card itself. It's like she's saying, thank you, next, thank you, next. So she's like, okay, thank you, like, that was fun, okay, bye. So that the outcome is gonna be saying goodbye to this person. Like, it was a fun time while it lasted, but it wasn't really meant to be anything for a long time. That's kind of what I'm getting from that one. And then my intuition is telling me that perhaps on the third spread, we're gonna get something about, well, I mean, your two options after this type fling that you may or may not have. Obviously, everyone has free will, and there's lots of different ways you can have flings. Sometimes it's just kind of an emotional thing, like having somebody to talk to. Four of Swords in reverse. That's the first card. Death. I'm getting that, like, doing this, having like a hot girl summer or something along those lines, is, we have Death and the Tower when it comes to being single. That's really interesting. And the Four of Swords in the reverse. With the Phoenix rising, symbolism from death. But it's almost like this is like a necessary thing for you to do, to take some time for yourself. Even if, like, okay, let's say you're married and let's say you go and you just give yourself like a little vacation. You really need that to cause the Tower in your life, something that needs to come to an end. Because I'm not necessarily getting like Tower and Death, don't go and be single, if that makes sense. Because normally, like, if it's Tower and Death in a relationship spread, I'd be like, oh, definitely get rid of that relationship. You know, it's not built on something. But this one, I'm almost getting like, you need some time on your own to let that Tower kind of like, if it's the old me's dead and gone, that kind of vibe. Okay, with the Four of Swords, and I got this from another tarot reader and I can't remember which one, is that the warrior, before they went off to battle, they would create their coffin because they assumed they weren't coming back. But if they survived and came back, they would lie down on their coffin to kind of like take stock of everything that's happened in their life right now. And I think that's what you're doing. You're taking stock of everything that's happened in your life right now, and you're realizing that you needed to have this Tower moment, and you need that like rest and recuperation, that really deep introspection to decide where you want to go from here. And you're going to become like a phoenix from the ashes. And once you do that, you may or may not decide that you want bachelor number one or bachelor number two, or if you want to be single. But that's going to be your choice. So I'm really seeing a rebirth, a snake shedding its skin during your hot girl summer kind of a phase. So, I mean, should you choose door number one, door number two, door number three? It's really not about choosing any of those things. I think you're going to go on a process in the next little while coming up. And then after that is when you make the decision, after you've had your death and rebirth and become that phoenix from the ashes. And I'm really seeing you having a nice glow up here during a single period, not necessarily saying that you should become single from now on. But yeah, so from now on. Home again. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. Okay, interesting. So for some of you, that is what's going to happen. Whatever is happening right now with your current relationship, I'm getting that there could be like house, kids, dogs, whatever, or promises of that. And then that Tower moment coming and taking something that wasn't really built on a firm foundation, then having perhaps some kind of a fling. That's not going to apply to everyone, but it's almost like a progression that I'm seeing. And then going, having like this real glow up, and then having the option, what do you want to do? The ball's in your court. So, I mean, I have no idea. Can I give you any advice? Well, I wouldn't take advice from me. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the cards and what I'm seeing and feeling in the energies. So please let me know if this resonated with you. So Yeah, if you'd like to book a personal private reading with me or any type of energy clearing, I'm just starting off. It's by donation only at the moment, and please see the description box for more details, and please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, hail fun!